Shalom, brothers. I'm going to start off by giving all praises to the Most High and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ. Double honors to the elders and respects to the brothers out there doing this work. Alright, we got 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes. I want to say death to this wicked kingdom that is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. Alright, death to the heathens. I want to come up against this truth. I want to say those guys are demonic. Those guys don't know what they're talking about. Wicked Israel, death to the wicked Israelites, man, out there, working witchcraft, man, trying to stop the elect from waking up, right? That's why they got these demonic camps, man, trying to trap Israel, So, I want to get into the scripture, man. Righteous ruling and wicked ruling, man. Because we know that Proverbs 29 verse 2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Alright? So, the righteous, we know that Job 9 verse 24 says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? And the real wicked, like the wicked is the so-called white man Esau. Now, brothers, go into scriptures, Revelations 13 verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with a sword must be killed with a sword. So it's not just a so-called white man that's going to go into captivity. The Arabs, due to eating Africans, every nation that had us in captivity, pretty much. All right. But the so-called white man did us, more dirty than all the other nations, so they gonna get the worst, All right, and it's gonna be double onto them what they did to us, to our forefathers, to our people. All right. So you can use examples when you go back into the days when Jerusalem was in power, when our people was in power, the so-called the 12 tribes of Israel. There's a reason why it's called the lost tribes. Go unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Lost because when we came into captivity and stuff, we lost our nationality, our true Hebrew heritage, culture and customs and all that. That's why it's called the lost tribes. Not So they ain't. To some people they're lost as in location-wise and who are they and stuff like that. Whereabouts and stuff like that. But if you have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, all praise to the Most High and His only begotten Son, they're not lost, but they're considered. But without the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, they're considered, or they would be considered to be lost, or to you, they would be considered to be lost. But prophecies locate them. Genesis 49. That's a whole. That's a whole chapter on. That chapter has a lot of information about the prophecies of where they would be in these last days that we're in right now. Right. So we had wicked rulers of our people, right? Like when you go to Esther 4 verse 3, and in every province whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was great mourning among the Jews, and fasting and weeping and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. The book of Esther. See that's the so-called Jews, because the wicked was bearing rule, so our people was in mourning, and then there's many other examples and samples. Examples. There's many other examples of that. There's many other examples of. Throughout the whole book of when what happens to our people when the wicked bear through, man. Like the wicked is bearing rule right now, so-called white man, and things only go well for you in this kingdom when you worship Satan, right? Because we know that he's the god of this world currently right now, about to get thrown out his seat. But Proverbs 28 verse 12. When righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory, but when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. Alright? So, that's just going into the fact, man, that when the righteous are in authority, like the 12 tribes of Israel, like we will be in the kingdom, the people gonna rejoice. I mean, our people gonna rejoice, because I mean, these other nations still gotta serve their captivity, and but we gonna be, they gonna be rejoicing too. I mean, in a sense, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be better than when Esau ruling, because I mean, at least we would be ruling righteously, and I mean, I guess we would only kill them or punish them if they go off. Because the laws we gonna be keeping at 100% because they're gonna be written in our inward parts. So if a nation goes off and mess up a law that's punishable by death, I mean, you know. So I mean, I guess in those terms, yeah, but that's righteous though. That ain't like we laying a snare for people. you know, it's like we not laying a snare for these people just for no reason. Oh, come on, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, we got spiritual powers and everything, and we set up some traps for these heathens and cut them off. Nah, ruling righteously, man. And even if we did do that, shoot, so what? But we ruling righteously, man. Right? Righteously. But when the wicked bear through, man, our people mourn. I mean, for example, man, because sometimes people, the 2/3, when they listen to brothers, they're like, that's why they get it more, because the brothers bring out examples when they pull out the scriptures. Like, brother will tell you, okay, the wicked are ruling right now. And they'll give you examples of our people mourning, man. I mean, brothers will be like, look around. If the righteous was ruling, you think you'd be unemployed? You think you'd be working for, this small amount of change? Slaving all day, putting in more than you're getting. Plus, they're not going by the law where you're actually supposed to get paid every day, not every 2 weeks, taxing the hell out of you and all that stuff. And that's just few examples. So people know this stuff, but when they hear the scriptures, they they get confused. So brothers line it up for them. Brothers will pull out the scriptures, and brothers will give them the examples of you know. But all praise to the Most High and His only begotten Son. Respects to the brothers out there doing this work. Double honors to the elders. With that, shalom.